What's up, guys? It's your boy Jay Corbett of Team Sanctum, and we're back at it again with the homie Jossie Hall. How you been, buddy?
I've been going.
That's
How
good.
it is.
That's good, man. That's good. How's life been, man? We haven't done a deck profile of you in a minute.
Tiring.
Exactly, because you know life is just like that. But besides that, what are you gonna be showing us today, man?
Something that me, Jay, and Mitch have just been like all building,
Like
as one unit.
Like collectively.
Yeah. Somebody saw the new SpellBook card and realized that it works with Dark Magicians because you can summon Rod and then pitch it and draw two, and they're all spellcasters and synergy exists. So SpellBook Dark Magicians. I love SpellBooks. It's like a top 5 deck.
Yeah.
And I bought the whole thing before the expensive cards got reprinted because I'm a dumbass. And Jay, of course, topped one time like a year ago with Dark Magicians. So they're his favorite deck. So we're combining them because we're sheep.
Exactly, sheep, man. But let's get right into this deck profile and make sure you give them an explanation on why, like, you run what you run, ratios, and all that and whatnot, my guy.
Man.
All right.
Is everything good?
Go ahead, man. It's good.
Cool. Okay, so like triple Dark Magician, he is the ultimate in terms of attack and defense.
And he black.
Indeed, black power. He's like the linchpin of it all, but also like it's insane that you run triple vanilla. Like the world's a crazy thing. So you run 3 of him. 3 of his girlfriend, waifu, fiance, daughter, and or prodigy, whatever you want to feel like she is. You discard her.
Actually, not all of those at once.
You-
One of those is recorded.
You special summon her by discarding a card. She's like an honest with Dark Magicians. She searches him. Like, I don't really like her, but the Dark Magician half of this deck is all Jay, so he said run her at 3, so I did. That's it. Triple Rod. Gotta give people that Rod. Searches all of your combo pieces. Does what you can. I'm not nervous, I'm just really depressed, so you gotta do that. Only one of him, because he clogs, and you summon him off of navigation, and he got that booty, and he counts as a Dark Magician, so you can banish it. And I think he works with the Princess Illusion?
Yes.
Fucking hell.
Actually, no, he doesn't. Sorry.
So, he sucks. And now on to the good cards. Blue Boy, at 2, it's imperative that they don't match, and that they're the originals before the reprint in Battle's Legend. Search the spellbook card when he's summoned. He's weak as shit, but he's good to like get rid of with knowledge, which is cool. Playing him at 2 is a crime, but like you have to, there's no space. And then the only other monsters we play are Hand Trap A and Hand Trap B, or Hand Trap C, as they call him. God, I'm tired. Because you have to, like, people realize that like you couldn't just build every deck to go first because inevitably someone would have to go second. so we started to main deck side deck cards, and the back C is at 1. So now it's like as sacky as like 6 cents, and it's bad. Anyways,
Does Max see negate?
so that's it. All of the monsters. You only run 12. That's one thing that Dark Magicians and Spellbooks had in common was a low-ass monster count, which, it's cool. Okay, on to the good cards. Spellbook of Secrets, again, the originals. It's good. It's your Stratos, as they say with every card that has search or add from your deck to your hand. I'm rambling, I'm sorry. Add a Spellbook spell card from your deck to your hand. The thing about spellbook cards is they're all once per turn. They're all hard once per turns, but you can copy the effect with Master. So that's your searcher. The new one, Knowledge, you can either tribute a spellcaster type monster that you control, or discard a spellbook spell card and draw 2. And again, it's hard once per turn, but you can copy it, which is ridiculous. So 3 of each of those. 2 Fate. Fate's how you control it when you don't have the Eternal Soul, Dark Magical Circle Banish combo. And if you play your cards right, you can loop this like literally every turn. And it's insane. It needs to go back to 3 because spellbooks are not good now without judgment. That's a whole other video. Double master. Again, you reveal a spellbook card in your hand that's not this card, obviously. Then you copy a spellbook spell card's effect in your graveyard, so you can copy secrets, which is good to search twice in one turn. Double eternity. Add one of your banished cards. Like if you banish one of them off of Fate, you can add it back from your banish zone to your hand, and you can loop that. 2 of the tower. During your standby phase, you can shuffle one of your spellbook spell cards from your graveyard to the bottom of your deck, and then draw a card. So you're drawing twice, and then when it's destroyed, you can special summon a spellcaster whose level is equal or lower to the amount of spellbook spell cards you have in your graveyard. So between these 2 cards, you just recycle constantly. You have like, you banish with Fate to control on their turn, and then you get that shit back with Eternity, and then you loop Eternity with Tower, and it just sort of keeps going, and it's ridiculous. 1 Wisdom, because it's a 1-of, it's a name, it protects, like if Eternal Soul is about to blow up your whole field, you can protect one of your guys, it's good. And then 3 of this, because I hear that it's also good. That's it for the spells. You play a lot of spells, but you like have to. That's how spellbooks work. And to give you an idea, if you open like, I should do visuals for this, right? So you have like knowledge, secrets, and blue boy, right? So you go summon blue boy, search secrets, use secrets to add master, copy secrets, add something else, do knowledge, tribute blue boy, draw 2, and then you can just sort of keep going for no reason. So you search constantly, you draw constantly. I guess the community had like a meeting in a various amount of closets and decided that Ash Blossom wasn't a good card, so that doesn't happen as much as you'd think, but that's how the deck works. And then you set up your combo with this card and this card, and you just win. This can get kind of cloggy, like honestly, like you have to play both at 3, but there was one time where I summoned Rod, searched for this, and then tributed Rod with knowledge, and then drew the other 2, because I'm bad at Yu-Gi-Oh, so that happens. And then
Because you screw up.
Yeah, it's real. And then 1 of each solemn card, because we don't know what to do with our lives. We just play good trap cards. Yeah, keep in mind that this is a work in progress. Like, this is the 2nd build, and me and Jay and Mitch have just been like, what if this card? But what about this card? Like, it's literally been, what if we cut spellbook card X? And I'm like, no. And then what if I'm like, what if we cut like this other card? And Jay's been like, no. And we've been at a standstill. So that's this deck is honestly kind of bad. But anyways, the extra deck, this shiny dude, I don't even care about like his effect really, but he looks really nice, and he can blow up spell or trap cards equal to the number of spell cards in your graveyard. So like if your opponent ever has like 8 spellbook or like 8 spell and trap cards set at one time, you can just blow them all up because spellbooks are good. He like summons vanillas and then banishes, and like is good. Mothra, I summoned this today against Mitch when he only had 6,500 life points left, and I thought that I was gonna grab the victory. I did not. He Book-a-mooned it and then did all of his zoo stuff, and I somehow still lived with this on the field, and then I flipped it back up, did some more stuff, passed, and then he challenged it, and I felt like a jackass. So that's why this card's good. Big Eye, you should probably run this at like 8, but you can't, so we run it at 1 instead. I don't even know what this card does besides look cool and also be a 6. But I mean, she's 27. Is it a she? Yeah, I'm confident. And a Strike Bouncer, because This is Destiny Heroes, apparently, when you banish for 2 malicious. And that's not even 15 card. Oh, yeah. And then Book of Moon, which is the best extra deck monster. Yeah, man. That's it.
Alright, so that's it. Yeah, it's a work in progress for the time being, but we're going to get this deck down. Do you have any shout-outs you want to give?
Bro, I have so many shout-outs. Okay, so shout-outs to Spirals. They are gonna be really, really good. Even though Jay just picked up the deck because he didn't believe us, but that's cool. Shout out to Pat the Bunny. No one knows who I'm talking about, but he's cool too. Yeah, Pat. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's the bunny. Shout out to whatchamacallit candy bars, which are actually much better than you would ever think. Shouts out to Mitch, Book of Moon specifically. Shout out to Ultimate Rare Xyz monsters that don't win you the game. Shouts out to Goat for being the only version of Yu-Gi-Oh! I actually like. Shout out to my antidepressants. Shout out to the fact that I'm kidding. Shout out to. Can you turn it so we can look at this?
I'll turn it. I'm bringing it.
Shout out to that bag of chips
right here,
which is bullshit. And shout out to the commuter lounge of our college where we are filming this. In case anybody is wondering, the deck is actually good, but I'm just bad and tired. So.
That's fair.
What happens.
All right, Jossie, thank you so much for this very innovative deck profile that you've given us.
Bad. You can just say it. It's fine.
No, it's all good, man. As always, be sure to like, comment on the video.
Wait, hold on.
Hold
Pause.
up. He's got something.
Okay. Pause. First off, Patreon 2. Don't forget in the description, like, comment, subscribe, send us cash. 2, shout out the real shout out to, was it the kid at the World Championship?
Yeah, who got chain
won
burn.
with chain burn.
And
my hero. The future of America lives with that kid. That's all I got.
And if you guys are wondering about chain burn and you guys are interested in that, Jossie, you will be making a chain burn deck profile here soon, right?
Probably not. I don't know.
Based on the likes we get on this video.
Hey, man.
Trickstar's coming.
But yeah, as what he pretty much said, like, comment, Patreon, and as always, it's your boy Jay Corbett signing out.